Hi Chris, Ed here. I've just finished watching your New Year's Day Doctor Who special, Revolution of the Daleks. So I suppose this is an instant reaction. It was hard work, Chris. Very hard work. And listen, we've got to talk about something. We've got to talk about something that I don't think many other people are discussing right now, but we need to talk about it, you and I. And you know what that thing is, Chris? It's your problem with fascism. You have a blind spot when it comes to Nazism. No, you do. You do, and I'm going to explain why. Do you remember that episode you wrote where the Master was disguised as a Nazi officer? The Asian Master, you remember that? And the Doctor, to trap him, to snare him, gave him up to the Nazis by psychically removing his disguise. She counted on the racism of the Nazi officers to ensure that he would be captured and likely killed. She weaponized fascism. Now, listen, anyone can make a mistake. Anybody can screw up once. But in tonight's episode, in Revolution of the Daleks, she did it again. The Doctor used the racial ideology of the Daleks to win the day. She had these mutant Daleks who were, half Kaled mutants, half humans, or whatever. They had human DNA. And she knew that the Nazi Daleks would see them as aberrations and would destroy them, wipe them out. She counted on it. That was phase 1 of her plan. She weaponized fascism again. What is it with you, Chris? I mean, didn't it occur to you that maybe using the racial ideology of your enemy might be construed as a misstep? Didn't it occur to you that just possibly counting on a eugenic style ideology could be considered bad? But it worked, so I guess it was fine. Look, Chris, I don't know what goes on in your head, and I don't know why you have a blind spot when it comes to Nazism. But this has got to stop. I can cope with the show being boring and one-dimensional and disposable and forgettable and containing all these boring characters. I can cope with that just about, because it's like wallpaper, I can have it on in the background. I can do other things. I can watch Doctor Who on my phone while looking at something I'm really interested in on television. I could cook, I could read, I could do anything I like. But I can't ignore a show that identifies with and tacitly sanctions Nazi ideology. That I can't cope with. I mean, the Doctor was careful, wasn't she? She called them SAS Daleks. But you and I both know, Chris, in the first draft they were SS Daleks. You added the A because you wanted those Daleks to be identifiable with something patriotic, something British. I mean, were we supposed to punch the air, Chris? Were we supposed to say, oh great, it's the SAS Daleks, they're racists, yay? Chris, we may be stupid, but we're not that stupid. You know, we're not drooling vegetables. You've got to give us some credit. Anyway, Chris, that worried me. That disturbed me, okay? It left a bitter taste in my mouth. If I'm going to consume sympathetic Nazi material, I'm going to do it voluntarily. I'm not going to have it imposed on me by you. So anyway, there wasn't really much else to talk about. Ryan did his little speech, didn't he, about how we should all accept change, which was aimed at the audience, of course, all those people who hated your guts for retconning the Doctor's backstory in The Timeless Children. Ryan waved his finger at us, didn't he? And he said, now, don't be afraid of change. Embrace it. Embrace vandalism. So we do. It will be undone by a future showrunner, Chris. I guarantee you that. I'm just telling you now so you won't be surprised when it happens. So Graham and boring Ryan left. How I'm going to miss them. I wish they made an impression on me in the first place. I suppose Yaz was the most interesting of the companions. It's right that she should stay. But Chris, Jesus Christ, did we just get rid of Bradley Walsh so we could have John Bishop? I mean, what are you doing to us? You give with one hand, you take with the other. You're a sadistic man, Chris. A sadistic, Nazi-sympathising man. So that was it then. That was your new episode of Doctor Who. I anticipate the next series like I anticipate the onset of COVID-19. And by the way, I don't ever want to see John Barrowman again in this show imply that he carried a vortex manipulator in his rectum. It's not on, Chris.